Hey everyone. So let's talk about emotions and how emotional women can be and how it can F up the game for all of us. You, all of us, all the women, all the ladies, trying to elevate our lives through the relationships we engage in and not simply get some hugs and rubs. All right. So I'll just say this. A lot of the game men run on women will not work if women weren't so emotional and led by their emotions. If women were just a little bit more strategic, if women were just a little bit more logical with their relationship choices, like back in the day, throughout history. Hey, Patricia Ortiz is here. Hey, Patricia. Hey, Taylor TV. Hey, everyone. Okay, wait. Okay, so let me just say this. If anyone wants to come on and ask a question, or if anyone wants to have a conversation, I'm going to leave the link here. All you have to do is click on that link and you can participate in the live with me. Okay, it's right here. So let's get back into the topic. A lot of these men run all these sorts of games on women because women are way too emotional. I'll just say that throughout human history, it has been only very, very recent that people have considered emotions as a primary factor in relationships, in romantic relationships, and marriage. Throughout human history, throughout ancient times, like people got married to merge wealth, to merge kingdoms. People got married for political reasons. People got married for financial reasons, for economic reasons, for stability, for peace, for large scale reasons, for reasons bigger than themselves, for reasons much, much bigger than, oh, I love him. He make me feel good. Like, that's what you have mistresses for. That's what you had little side dudes for. This is what you had friends for. This is not what you signed a legally binding contract for. Marriage and these relationships people have, like having a man's child or getting married with someone, is a huge life altering event. It is not something that should be based solely on how you feel about someone or how someone feels about you. Emotions are not enough. Okay. So that's one aspect of the whole situation. Another aspect of it is a lot of men will control women based off of emotion. I tell you this, 99, I'll just say 90% of the relationship problems that women have that are not financial would be solved if women cared less. If you cared less, you wouldn't have these issues. Point blank, period. If you cared more about yourself instead of that man, you wouldn't have these issues. There has been this woman that has been messaging me for several weeks now, and she's been telling me about her issues and her relationship problems. And I'm just looking at her like, lady, that man don't want you. Like, you doing, let's just like, she's writing me these messages asking me, hey, like, how do I do this? How do I do that? Like, how can I get my man to do this? How can I get my man to do that? Like, he keeps telling me he's not really ready. He keeps telling me the relationship's not going to work. He keeps telling me that maybe we should be separated. He keeps telling me he's not very attentive to me. He doesn't really pay attention to me. And I'm like, lady, if you got to come to me asking about oils and spells and asking me about like strategies on how to get your man back, that man don't want you. Because if a man wants a woman, then trust me, it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot to keep that man away from that woman. So if you got to do all of that to get that man to pay attention to you, to get that man to answer back, to text you back, to get that man to cuddle you, to get that man to spend some time with you, baby, he don't want you. He don't want you. Go use your feminine magic and your femininity. Go get a man that wants you. There are men out there that will love any woman. It don't matter if you big. It don't matter if you skinny and got no booty, got no breasts. It don't matter if you super dark and you think nobody likes dark skin women. There are men that will worship you as you are. And a lot of times I just don't understand why women go out of their way to do the man's job of pursuing. If you have to do all of that, if you got to ask somebody online about some spell work and some oils and strategies on how to keep or get a man, then that man don't want you. He doesn't want you. So stop and love yourself enough to go put yourself out there, meet people, and find a man that actually wants you. Love yourself enough to do that. Hey, Simply Mo88. Hey, facts, right? So now let's talk more about how emotions kind of get in the way of women. I actually came across a post recently. Oh, I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share this post with you. I can't wait. This was good. This was a good read. But this was a Facebook post I found, and a Black woman describes her experience dating a Latino man, and this Latino man had to put her in check because you know how many of us Black women have been raised to be independent, strong women that don't need no man, and to prioritize love and feelings over everything. And it seems to be only us who get played like that, you know? Like most other women know not to prioritize feelings like that. If a man doesn't provide and protect, it don't matter how much you feel about him. It don't matter how much he feel about you. But it's not gonna work. But the whole thing about feelings, honestly, if a man feels strongly about you, if a man really loves you, if a man really is serious about you, he feels for you, he got emotions for you, you wouldn't have any doubt in your mind that that man has feelings or emotions for you, okay? So I'm just tired. I'm tired of like women getting tricked and hoodwinked and bamboozled into believing these words and these lies these men tell you. These men will tell you they love you. These men will tell you they have feelings for you. But baby, if there's no actions backing up them words, backing up them feelings, it's a lie. Please understand that. It is a lie, 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 lie. Okay, so I'm gonna share. I'm trying to get it, man. This daggone computer is not acting right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh man, I'm so tired of this. Okay, I'm gonna share the screen with y'all. And we're going to take a look at a piece of content that I thought was really, really telling and really interesting. So here we go. So this is a Facebook post that I came across. And here we go. I'll read it to you. So we have a Black woman talking about her experience dating a non-Black man. And she says, I was dating a Mexican man once. I always ask men I date about their first love. So I asked him. He told me that his first love was a girl in Mexico and he had been crazy about her and they were so close. But he could not marry her because she came from a wealthy family and he did not have the money to give her that kind of life. I immediately started saying, but if you loved each other, that shouldn't matter. Love is all that's important. Okay? Now, she says, he cut me off. Don't get offended, he said, but only you Black women think like that. And it's not good. If I love her, why would I want to offer her a lesser life than she was raised with? What kind of man would I be if I took a woman I loved from a life where she wanted for nothing and gave her a life where she had to do without? I was raised to believe that a man does not do that to a woman he loves. If I really love her, I want her to have the best life. I want her to have everything that she has now and even more, if that's possible, even if that means she is not with me. I actually was offended, but only because I realized that Rico was right. And I suddenly realized how foolish my way of thinking was. And then she writes the hashtag Black women divest now. So I think this is a great illustration of how feelings should not be prioritized in relationships. And that's just like a more general take on the topic. But also I invite you all to think about this. Have you ever noticed how a man will do something to trigger you, knowing that it'll get you emotional, so he can get an emotional reaction out of you, and then he will leverage that emotional reaction. He will strategically use your emotional reaction to get what he wants. For example, let's say your man knows that you don't like him hanging out with his friends all the time. You don't like him going out because you think other women try and talk sometimes. He don't, right? So what he does, he'll pick a fight with you. You'll get emotional. You'll start yelling and screaming. You might kick him out the house. That's the great opportunity. That's what he was looking for. He was looking for you to tell him, get out the house. I hate you. Da, 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 da. So he can go out and he gonna hang out with his friends and do what he wanted to do anyway without asking you, because he picked the fight with you. This is how men will manipulate women and trigger them to get an emotional reaction, and they use that emotional reaction to their advantage. So, ladies, I make this video to say that the less you care about emotions and feeling and connection, the better off you will be in dating, especially now, right? The more you focus on your level up, the more you focus on your prosperity, the more you focus on moving up in the world, whether that be improving in your area, improving your lifestyle, whether that be learning more, becoming more educated, the better off you will become, because these are the things that you should be focusing on, especially when you're dating, especially when you're dating men. And if you're giving your time, energy to men, in this time you will never get back. If you're giving your time and energy to men, you have to make sure that man is offering you something that is elevating you and improving your life. If that's what you should be focused on. A lot of women are sitting here focusing on emotions, focusing on, oh, does he feel for me? Do I feel for him? Do I feel a connection? That's not the primary thing. That stuff will come. Have you ever noticed how more time you spend with someone, you feel more connected and bonded? That comes with time. That comes with time. Your primary initial focus should not be on some type of emotional connection. It should be, what is this guy offering me to better my life? Anytime a man, I guarantee you, if you start dating like this and you start interacting with men who are improving your life, you are going to feel something for that man. You are going to have feelings for that man. You are going to have feelings for that man, because you're going to be like, wow, this man put me in this nice neighborhood. This man provides me with everything I need. I don't want for anything. I'm happy. I'm secure. You're going to feel loved, and you're going to feel an emotional connection with that man because he's improving your life. So your primary focus should not be emotions or creating some type of bond with a man. It should be, is this man improving my life? How can I get him to improve my life? How can I get him to make my life easier? How can I get him to make my life more pleasurable or something? Figure out what you want and focus on men who are willing to give it to you. If a man's not willing to give it to you, if he's not willing to improve your life in some type of way, then he's not worth it. He's not worth your time. You don't get that time back. And remember, as women, it's important for us not to waste the pretty, not to waste the beauty, not to waste the youth, because these things are at a premium in the dating market. Like, men don't care like we care about education and careers. Men don't care unless he's trying to build on your back and get you to help him out to build his wealth. He don't care about that. He will not care about that. What he will care about is, are you feminine? Are you pretty? Are you youthful? That's what they really want. They have a weakness for youth. They have a weakness for beauty. Don't waste those things. These things are fading. These things do not last. So you have to strategically leverage them while you have them to create a better life for yourself in the future. I'm telling you, anytime a man is really serious about what you're doing, like what type of career you have, I would be careful, because he is probably looking at you as a come up, and he is probably trying to build on your back. Especially if you're a woman mostly operating in her masculine energy, because it's easy to get masculine energy women to build up a man. But anyway, that is my speech for today. If you have any questions, please let me know. And Okay, so somebody, you know what? I'm so. Hey, Jonathan. Are you here?
Can you hear me?
Hey, Jonathan.
Hey, Maya.
No, I was just about to get all you. You always catch me, and I'm about to go. But I mean, you know what the conversation is about, Jonathan. Like, you know what it's about. Um,
Yeah, I agree. A lot of dudes, we don't care about your college degree. I got a PhD. Where your man at? I got a PhD.
oh wow, October, Black October. Thank you so much, Black October. Thank you. You're so kind. Thank you. And mind you guys, like I said before, if you want to come on and like talk like Jonathan, it's like Jonathan just joined the conversation because he clicked this link right here. So you also click the link, maybe you can come on and talk.
I'm still
But
laughing. I'm still laughing at what I saw of a live stream of chick pretty much saying, "Well, I got a PhD." He said, "You got a husband?" Well, I got a PhD. I said, "Man, y'all are more married to y'all degrees than anything." That shit is the most expensive piece of toilet paper on earth.
for real, man, those things be like $300,000, and like it's like why spend $300,000 on something that when you get out you're only making 100,000. You know what I mean? Like, or not even that. Like, it'd be like $50,000. People will get a law degree and make $50,000 after. And the interest is accruing anyway. But Jonathan, like I be trying to tell people that like it's only been recent history that people marry for love, you know? Like throughout ancient history, throughout human history, people married to merge kingdoms, people married to merge wealth, people married for political alliances, people married for economic stability, for peace throughout the country. Like people married for reasons that were much bigger and much more influential than someone's fleeting feelings of affection and quote unquote love. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna add this when it comes to political. I saw a live. I don't know if it was a live stream, but it was Bill and Hillary Clinton talking, and Bill had that look of, God, boy, I am so irritated. I am so done with her, but she has so much access and connections that I'll deal with it. He pretty much had the irritated look, like you done got old and ugly. You done got old and
That's
ugly.
real. But that's
Uh,
real, you know?
yeah.
Like, and it's like, I mean, I remember there was a conversation online. I think it went along the lines of marrying for love is for poor people or something like that, you know? And it doesn't mean like, and the thing is, like, people don't understand, particularly women don't get it, where if you marry a man who really likes you, and if you marry a man that is willing to provide for you and protect you, you will eventually fall in love with that man. Like, not even fall in love. It's not even fall. It's like you will grow in love with that man because that man is improving your standard of living. He is elevating your lifestyle. It's just like, how could you not love someone? How could you not eventually love someone who is providing for you and protecting you? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, it's more of a respect thing because love is a very strong word. Come on, man. I love you. Oh, cheesy ass smile. Oh
Okay, okay,
no.
okay, respect. Okay. I've actually so I actually had a guy tell me, he was like, "Oh yeah, you know, I really want to date you or whatever." And he was like, I've realized that it's more important for a woman to respect me, like, cause he was like, I'm a now. He was basically telling me, I can tell you don't really like me, but as long as you respect me, I'll stick around.
Oh god damn. Oh god damn.
It was interesting.
It must
So
be that resting bitch face. It must be the resting bitch face. I'm sorry, Maya. You are very gorgeous, but your IG pictures be I'm like, damn, she's not feeling it today. It
But
seemed
I
like the
don't.
picture was forced.
Okay, so I don't. But you know, my IG. I should probably start posting more personal pictures on my IG because I don't do that. Like it's more of like a content curating of like other art and stuff. So Black October says, "Are you both single?" Connection. I'm single, but there are people that's trying to secure their spot.
Was she?
But I don't know. So Black October says, I come to the live stream now. Everyone wants to call. Okay, come on in. Here's the link.
Well, for one thing, when it comes to marriage for connections, that's definitely something that I see when it comes to a lot of relationships. Because I look at both, our president and our first lady, and they both look very irritated. It looks like that he done chose somebody that he likes more than she likes him. She's just there for the connections. So,
What do you mean? Are you talking about Melania?
yes, Melania be having the most driest face,
Okay,
but
Jonathan.
she secured the bag on
She
all levels, though.
and she. I'm sure she not even living with Trump. She living in one of them hotels. She living a life.
Mar-a-Lago.
She ain't worried about him. She ain't worried about him. And the thing is, it's like Melania Trump. It was funny. I saw a meme or something about Melania, and it was along the lines of when all you wanted was a sugar daddy, and you end up being the first lady. And like you already know, like she's an Eastern European woman. You know what they do? Like they specifically marry men for provision only. Like they don't. You know what I mean? Like they don't. No.
Yeah, man, because I'm not against women that do go for the highest of the high and go for the money. It's just that do they have the proper I don't know, how could I put it? The proper safeguards to make sure that they end when the relationship ends, they come with even more money. Because when a boy is gone, that's $5 billion either transferred to her or the entire family, and that's a huge split. Even if it's a five-way split, that's $1 billion each.
That's a lot.
Name me one chick. Name me one chick that can say that they got a billion. Now, LisaRaye came close, and when it comes to black women, she came close. She was the
Or
first lady for the Turks and Caicos. She was the first lady.
or
That's
Jeff
high.
Bezos, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, she came out with him. She came out a billionaire at the end of that relationship.
Well, yeah, that too. But we talking about black women because
Yeah.
we got to focus on people that look like us.
But I
As the
mean,
proper prime example.
the one black billionaire that I know of, which is Robert S. Smith, or I can't remember his middle initial. It's Robert.
You talking about Robert Johnson, his wife.
No, Robert Smith, who paid off all the student loans of the
Oh, the
Morehouse
tech
graduates.
investor. Okay, the tech
So
investor.
the techie, that black billionaire, he's married to some white woman. So it's kind of like, are there any black billionaires who are married to black women? Then that's the question. Then
Yes,
it's a question of like,
yes,
are these black men marrying black women? A lot
yes.
of them.
There is black billionaires that are married to black women. David Stewart, he's worth about $3.1 billion. He's married to a black woman.
What is he the
Let
owner
me.
of?
Let, he's owner of Worldwide Technology. It's pretty much a company that has a government contract. Pretty much is in tech. He's worth 3.2 billion. He got a black woman. Who's another billionaire? Junior Bridgman. He owns about 300 Wendy's. He's a black billionaire, married to a black woman. Magic Johnson. He's still married to Cookie, billionaire. Who's another black billionaire that's connected to a black woman? Uh, Donald V. Watkins. He's black with a black woman. There's several other black billionaires that are
That's good.
married.
I'm glad you brought those up. I'm glad. Okay, so there's a question here, Jonathan.
Yeah.
He said, speak about investing in a woman. I think this is for me though, but you can chime in. Black October says, you speak about investing in a woman. Do you think it's okay for a woman to take a man that she's dating out? I don't know what that means.
What, the woman paying for the date?
Do you think it's okay for a woman to take a man that she's dating out? I'm not sure what that. Do you mean like Black October? Do you mean you said you were coming on the live Black October? Aren't you going to click that link and use your words? Anyway, I don't know what this means. Do you mean that the woman is paying for all the outings, or do you mean the man is not black? I don't get it. She's dating out.
Okay. I'm just gonna go by what I think the question is. If she pays half of the dinner, then that's actually a good indicator. But dudes should always focus on making sure the bills, when it comes to that food bill, is covered. Because women spending 100% on everything, man. That's not a good look, man.
It's like we gotta spend
freeloading shit
on the clothes, on the makeup, so you look good, so we look good, so that you look good with us. Like,
yes.
And it's like you know what? It's just like
I can look like a complete bullfrog in the face as long as my female look good. Then I look good.
Exactly. It don't
That's funny.
Like everybody, like, you know what? I can't.
That's funny. To our dinners, movies, etc.
Honestly,
Well,
I've been on some first dates. I've been on some first dates with some men, when the bill come, he looking. I'm like, wait, okay, so you want to tell me that? I mean, like it's never happened. Like it's never happened yet, but I'm like, it's been awkward sometimes, and I'm like, you know what? And then it's like anytime there's like an awkward moment when the bill comes, I'm like, I'm never seeing this dude again. Like I'm like, you X'd it. I'm done. And the thing is, it's like a dude did that and then had the nerve to text me or message me back talking about, oh, I have this nice camera. I want to do a photo session with you. Wear a nice off the shoulder dress like you did on a date. What? So you know I was looking good. And the thing is, the waitress, the female waitress was like, oh, you look so good. Like, I like your makeup look good. Your dress look good. And I'm like, I look this good. And you're going to have the nerve to look at me like I'm going to pay on the first date half. And then you're going to have the nerve to tell me to come back on a date with you so you can take pictures of me in a nice dress.
See, and this is why a lot of men get locked out on certain shit, because certain dudes just too cheap. That's funny as hell. He invited you and expect you to pay. That's comedy. I don't know. If I didn't know better, I thought this was a fucked up ass skit. Saturday Night Live skit.
Like, not only the man was like 20 years older than me, and I'm like, you damn near 20 years older than me, and I look like this. Everybody looking at you because I'm with you, and you know this. That's why you want me to go out with you again, and you gonna look at me like. And he didn't say I should pay. It was just kind of like he was waiting. He was waiting, like he was like, okay.
Waiting.
It was just awkward. Like he wasn't, cause like like sometimes a man will pay, and he would never like. He just snatch up the bill and do his thing, because that's what the man's supposed to do, right? It was just kind of lingering. It was kind of like
he would snatch up the bill, and he would have his card facing you, where he obviously knows that, yes, I am a high value man. Damn it, I am a high value man. He'll snatch the shit up, and you'll see his American Express.
There's nothing better than being with a man who, and it's like sometimes when you see a man paying for stuff, it looks like, for some men, they're so cheap that it looks like it hurts. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, it's just uncomfortable. They're uncomfortable. And I hate men like that. I'm like, if you uncomfortable spending money on me, but not uncomfortable asking me for my goddamn time, like in my presence, I'm done with you.
Well, my, dudes is gonna have the gut punch because not everybody's gonna have that Eddie Murphy smile. Just gonna be smiling. Yeah, I paid. That's when he just have that cheesy smile from ear to ear. Nah, a lot of dudes is gonna have that punch gut reaction. But I don't know what the hell is wrong with him. For one thing, he come to a dinner and just gonna wait. It's like, come on, dog. If you're not gonna be able to afford it, then man, he should just stayed his black ass home. You should just went with somebody else, with your homegirls or something.
Exactly. If I was gonna pay, I might as well be with my homegirls and like maybe attract something while I'm out. But anyway, Black October says photo session so he can have a shrine with your pictures all over the place. That's what I'm saying. Listen, that's what I'm saying. I know for a fact. I'm like, no, you're gonna take these pictures and go run and tell your little male friends, tell your homies.
And he
Ooh,
could be lying.
look at this girl. I took her on a date. You ain't gonna be bragging on me and you haven't invested. No, sir. No, you not.
He gonna be lying. He gonna be talking about all types of stories that didn't happen. All different types of scenarios that realistically impossible. She was twerking and cooking me grits at the same time. Like, come on, man. These dudes is funny.
It's true. It's very true. So Goddess Rising says, hey, girl. And yeah, high value man would never let that bill linger too long on the table. Girl, I was like, hold on, wait a minute. And I was like, if I got to take out my wallet, listen, we not walking around the water. I'm getting in my car and I'm leaving. Like,
y'all not even going to leave outside the restaurant together. You be all the way at the door. He be right back there coming back from the bathroom.
Where you going? I paid. What you mean? I'm trying to meet someone else. Goodbye.
That I actually seen that happen in business meetings where pretty much motherfucker just left. You got a $90 bill and shit. Motherfucker just dipped out. Just pretty much food stealing, food hopping.
So
$90 bill that motherfucker had to pay.
So Black October says, no, I was saying I kept getting phone calls. This is Thunder Scorpion. Oh, hey, by the way, just on the other account. Okay. So are you saying that, so he's saying he keeps getting calls and then he says, do you think it's okay for a woman to take a man that she's dating out? So I'm assuming Black October that these women are asking you out on dates. If that is the case, then these are women operating in their masculine energy. And I mean,
yeah, that's women running on the masculine energy. Because if she's saying, hey, I like you, I want to be with you. she giving you the rap and everything. Then I don't know, man. I would not be open to getting spent money on. I don't know. I don't like to be pampered, dog. That I don't know. I don't know. That's a feminine trait to be pampered like that. But to each his own, man. If it's free, if she big balling, if she's a woman that's like 6-7 figures and shit, a lot of women be spending money. Because one ex that I knew, she was a 7-figure chick, man, and I couldn't deal with it. Because we both bosses, we both got companies, and we both barking at each other. It ain't some soothing love. I grab on her booty and everything. It's nah. We give each other the head nod. We both head nodding. Okay, so what you doing? Okay, I gotta make these contacts. Gotta make these calls and everything. Gotta make sure I do this, that. Like when you got somebody that's in that level, it's always business. It's rarely love. And that smile is a crooked ass smile. Because there's always a motive behind that smile. They did they research and did some calculated shit. No, when it comes to dude getting pampered like that, I would say, man, focus on making money and making sure that you take care of yourself and take care of any female that come in your life.
And it's like, I don't know.
Black. For one thing, she loses respect. Maya, say if you was a 7-figure chick and you pretty much had to spend money on a dude, your respect for the dude is gonna be low.
Listen, if I have
he can't even stay in the house.
First of all, I wouldn't be spending money on a dude unless it was his birthday or Christmas. And even that, it's not gonna be something out there like. But anyway, it'll be something a little bit more sentimental. Like I'm not gonna try to outdo my man. You know what I mean? Like it'll be maybe I'll outdo him in a thoughtful way, in a sentimental way, but I'm not gonna outdo him in like a material, like I'm gonna spend more money on you than you spend money on me. Like I'm not doing that.
Relationship with my ex, it was pretty much we keeping tally. I spent this much on you. You got to spend either that or double it. And it's pretty much a game
I don't
of
like
that
that.
or double it.
I ain't like that. My last boyfriend, man, he took full care of me. Like if anytime I tried to buy him something, he was like, no, don't buy me anything. And when I did buy, I remember I bought him like a small like cologne from Sephora, and I really liked the scent. I was like, here, like take it. I want you to wear
Hey, that's
it.
dope. That's dope. Hey, that's
And
dope.
he was just
That's
like,
dope. Sephora. See, I would have got some cheap ass shit from Macy's. You see, I would have got some cheap that. See, that would have been a thoughtful gift for me receiving. I got some shit
I
from Macy's.
mean, he kind of like chastised me. He was like, I don't want you wasting money on me. You should be using that money for the things you need. And I'm like, what? But so that was the type of dynamic I was in. And I honestly, like, I was so spoiled in that relationship. I don't even think I could. It's just so
Maya,
in a relationship because like all these other dudes trying to like get with me. I'm like, you don't give me as much as he did, so I'm good.
Well, Maya, what can you give to the person that has everything? That's always something that's always going to be.
I mean, you can help.
I'm talking about him.
Okay. I was like, you can always help with the car note, rent, some
No, I'm
bills.
talking about him. No, I'm talking about him. He's Mr. Abundance and everything.
Yeah. I mean, he just didn't like stuff either. He was he wore the same 6 shirts.
Yeah, it'd be like that, man. You know, I got the same 3 tank tops and like a couple suits when I gotta be in business arrangements. But other than that,
I like that though. I like that type of dynamic because I get to be the really feminine one. Like I like balanced relationships where there's a man who's providing the masculine energy and it's clear, and then a woman that's providing the feminine energy. I like that. I know it's not for everyone. I personally, when I'm in a relationship, I don't like to tell nobody what to do. I've been a teacher. Like I was a teacher for a while, and I don't even like telling the kids what to do. I'm like, look, I'm just kind of like a free. Like I'm like, I don't want to tell nobody. I don't want to control anything. A lot of women are control freaks, and I feel like being controlling is a more masculine trait. And it's just like I'm not like that. So
it shows lack of respect.
Man, that he can
It more shows a lack of respect more than masculinity because the shit is very snappy now. I'm like, shit. I'm actually spending money. I'm actually spending correct money. Like when it comes to dudes that's being all cheap and shit, that shit kills me. It makes me wonder, like, man, why are you in the dating game? You should really be focusing on yourself. And chicks that be on some controlling shit, I just leave the room. I'm just gonna leave the room. I'm just gonna leave the room. And if she I'm gonna do it very smooth where I can be able to see her, so she don't run up and try to pop me in the back of my head. Cause that actually happened once, and that's when I just really had to just say, okay, I'm never again, never again. Like the
Jonathan,
aggressive shit is not needed.
I got this really strange comment right here.
Mm-hmm.
He says, watching from Los Alamos National Laboratory in New Mexico, Office of Scientific Research and Development. Thank you. This is very strange. Black October says, then what happened at university? Black October says, then what happened? What you mean, then what happened? And then he says, for a lot of women, marriage is like landing a dream job. Then a couple years later, demanding half ownership in the business that you hired.
Okay, now that makes sense. Now that makes logical. Matter of fact, I thought Quantum was a troll. That makes sense.
I don't
Especially
know.
in the dude's dynamic. Especially in the dude's dynamic.
It's not, but a dream job, really? Ugh.
Not a dream job. But when it comes somebody entering and pretty much taking half of your shit and they pretty much coming at the back end.
It depends on it could be like that, right? But it also depends on if that woman had a man's child, because let me tell you something, what happens when a woman has a man. This is why I can't stand when women think it's okay to have children by men that have not committed to them by marrying them, because it's such a big thing. when a woman has a man, when a woman has a man's child, that woman is creating that man's legacy, and that woman is immortalizing that man. Like, she is literally immortalizing you by having your child. And not only is she doing these larger picture things, like, she, especially if she's a Black woman, she's risking her life to have your child. If someone loves you enough or is willing to risk their life, because Black women in America are 5 times more likely to die during pregnancy or from pregnancy complications than white women. If someone's gonna put their life on the line to have your child, yo, what is half of anything? Like, you can't replace a life. You can get back some money. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Children, the children part.
The children aspect does make the waters very murky, but still, it has to be something that's structured. Dudes that's having babies left and right, man, they don't make sense to me. So, Maya, when you ask me the question of why do these dudes be acting like that, to be honest, I don't know. I look at them up and down like, I don't know, very indecisive, not transparent, not direct at all. It be on some passive aggressive type shit.
Yeah,
It's on some passive aggressive type shit where, oh boy.
I've been, like, I've dated men who would be like, can you have my baby? And I'm like, and I get so offended. And I'm like,
and he was serious. That's funny. And he was serious.
You haven't even given me any engagement ring. Like, what the like, what? No, unless we sign a contract with no prenup, I'm not having nobody's kid. No, I'm not. No. Anyway, Goddess Rising says we do have some masculine energy. Yeah, everyone has both masculine and feminine energy. It's not all bad. True. That's very true. And she says some men like it. Some men do like it.
It depends. It depends. If it's funny, then yeah. Because there's females that know how to make that shit really funny. I'm not gonna lie, they know how to spin it, but it's really how you spin it. You know, I just can't have you putting your finger on my temple when you really mad and shit. Where you know what I'm talking about. It's universal. They usually have stock photos. That Google stock photos and shit. Yo, nail and everything just on my temple. You mad as hell. Pretty much yelling and cussing and shit. That's a no. But still, when it comes to having everything more transparent, like dudes like that, that's crazy. That is shit. Quantum said the reason why there's 80% of single mothers today because there's in their 50s.
Go ahead, Jonathan, read it. You read it yourself.
Yeah, I'm reading it to myself because I'm thinking something. Hey, what could I talking about right here?
Okay, so Quantum Generator says the reason why there are 80% more single mothers today than there were in the 50s is because our bleeding heart government decided to destroy the natural order of mating selection. By the way, great podcast. Thanks. I don't really know the details of that Quantum Generator. Quantum Generator, if you would like to come on the live and explain to us exactly what you mean, here's the opportunity. I have put the link to join the live.
Well, that actually makes sense. Because I know it by detail. Like, I can tell you by president, but when it comes to welfare policies, I would say that Jimmy Carter had a better welfare policy than Ronald Reagan, because he's really talking about how in the 80s women start having the no-fault divorce. So pretty much, you can get to somebody that's worth $200 million, be in it for 5-6 years, and pretty much say, all right, I'm done. I bid my time. And I could take you to Kirk and Caicos, fucking Mexico and shit, and you day after, okay, I'm done. I squeezed my last trip off of you. I squeezed my last trip off of you. We went to Cabo.
I don't know. Like, it's kind of like that is like the loophole women can take to empowerment in a patriarchal society. It's kind of
And
like poetic justice. But hold
and
on,
and
right here. If you want to click on this link right here, you can join the conversation. Click on this link, Quantum Generator, because I would like to hear you explain this.
see,
Oh,
but that's because of policy though. That's not really women's fault.
Jonathan, what you think about this comment right here from Black November? Black November, are you Thunder Scorpion and Black October too? Is this your third account? Is this your third
Okay.
account? Are you just hopping on from another account, Black November? Anyway, Jonathan, what you think about this?
That's his opinion. You know, um, that's definitely his opinion.
Listen,
I
Jonathan,
don't.
did you ever see that Chris Rock skit where he's like, "There's nothing that dries a PP up. There's nothing that dries of a JJ up faster than a woman reaching into her wallet."
Yes, that's funny. Well, I gotta say to oh boy that in some way somehow you're paying for it anyway. Some way somehow, if it ain't in the front end, it's in the back end. If it ain't in the back end, it's either oh boy then got old girl pregnant, and he got a little small time job, so he need to give that $100 a month in child support. So
And honestly, Jonathan, that's nothing. I can't believe the average like child support payment is like between $200 and $300. Like a child, you can't raise a child on $300 a month. Like what the heck?
yeah, that's really penny pinching right there. That's
It's like
you pinching pennies.
that's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. $300 a month is peanuts. Anyway, sorry.
That's penny pinching. That's penny pinching because
Nothing. That's not money. But God is Rising says, I'm not talking about ratchetness. Ratchetness. I'm talking about consensual dom sub relations. Yes, God is Rising. I'm familiar with those fetishes. Yes, ma'am. Anyway.
so we getting it cracking tonight. That's funny. We getting it cracking. We talking about doms and subs. This is funny. I'm mostly talking about business on you.
Well, this is. I mean,
like
anyway, I'll just say this. Jonathan. I've had men approach me online mostly, asking me to be to make them into white servants. Like I've had men tell me they would pay me for me to pee on them. I've never taken up any of these offers, but I'm just letting you know, like, I just feel like a lot of white men approach Black women like that because they have this weird, because Black women are masculinized in society's eyes. And so they're like, oh yeah, I want this Black woman to dominate me. And like, it's weird. I mean, I don't understand that part.
my, you don't have to, I already know. I'm business partners with a lot of these dudes that you're talking about. So I pretty much know from just being in that area.
I don't know. I'm just telling you, I've been approached by plenty of white men asking.
And I was actually right there standing with, this is some Vegas shit. This is actually a boy offering $600. $600, just waving around $600. I said, somebody gonna take that $600 before that night is over, and I'm gonna be laughing. I'm gonna be laughing. I'm like, dude. But switching over to a conversation, man. Mary J. Blige got to pay a piece of her money on power to her ex arranged husband. He talking about my life. I need my lifestyle funded. He pulled one of those. He said, I need my lifestyle funded. He said, I need my lifestyle funded.
This is why Black women need to stop dating down, because this is every time you date down, understand this is what will happen to you.
He actually said, I was in the gym with you. He actually pulled I was in the gym with you. I was practicing with you. No, this is funny. But that and Holly Berry's situation is funny too. She would have bum. She would have 50-year-old bum. I swear to God.
Oh my gosh, Jonathan! Did you there was a post. There was a viral post going around on the internet about this black woman, she was black lady. She was 26 and she was dating this guy who's 37, right? 37 white guy. The guy lived far away, apparently, right? I don't know if any of this is real because this man was lying to her. But he drove all the way over to her house and they was gonna go on a date. And she said, "Oh, I let him stay over because he just lives so far away. So I let him stay at my place." I kid you not, weeks went by and she was like, "Yo, when you leaving?" And he wouldn't leave. And so she had to get the police to get him out of her house. And she just believes that the guy was homeless. So I mean, this is the time, it's fall, it's getting a little cooler. A lot of the hobosexuals gonna be coming out the woodworks, trying to get some free housing, trying to get some shelter.
You heard what Mr. Research said, tank top Tonys. You got the tank top Tonys with the do-rag on. They just came back from a hibernation. They done did a whole bunch of push-ups and they ready to flock on something.
Mm-hmm.
They ready to flock on something. Like they be there every fall. They be there every tax return. And that's funny. They don't know anything about politics, but they know around April 15th is that deadline. And they just I don't know, man. Like these dudes that be on, and these be the dudes that be saying, "I am a high value man." Why? Because I get women. Oh my God, this is so this is so barbaric, man. Like dudes just think the fact of them just know how to finesse women is the reason. Oh, I am a high value man. It's like to the point of no return with a lot of these dudes. Like,
and that's
just because you get women,
these non-black women keep them. Go ahead. They like, yeah, we don't want you. We want these non-black women. That's why I'm like, good. We don't want y'all. Go over there. Go with them white women that won't take you and give you shelter for free. Go ahead. Anyway, Goddess Rising says, not just fetishes in a way that the movies portray. There are people that have this type of relationship, and the reason I brought it up is because it is a feminine art that is kind of masculine. Okay,
you're gonna have to take this video down.
No,
you're gonna have to take this video down.
Okay, so Goddess Rising brings up a great point, I think.
It's a great point, but it's raunchy as hell.
The point is, honestly, Goddess Rising, women set the tone for a lot, but the difference, women control a lot, but it's the approach of control that makes something masculine or feminine. If you go head on and try to forcefully make someone do something, that is masculine. But if you control something through influence and through suggestion, that is feminine. Both are very, I would say the less direct way is more powerful for women because people are more susceptible to pleasing women and wanting to do things for them and wanting to cater to them. So like, you can have control as a woman in a less direct way. Men typically don't like to be controlled in a direct way unless they have that sub-dom thing going on. But the average man don't want to be told what to do. He don't want to be forced to do nothing. But the average man wants to feel like a hero. So if you're like, oh my gosh, can you please help me with this? He'll do it for you. And you just control something without being forceful. You get what I'm saying? Anyway.
Well, for one thing, it has to be a thoughtful suggestion. It can't be nothing where your octaves is no higher, no softer than a pillow, man. It has to be a proper tone. It has to be literally, it has to be a proper tone. Because if you're gonna yell at me, I'm gonna yell at you back. I don't know. It's like a dog bark at one dog. We both barking at each other. When it could have been just a simple.
You know what? And today I had an experience today where this lady was raising her voice at me out. And I was at a restaurant. This lady got upset, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I just don't raise my voice unless like I'm excited, And I'm like, I'm looking at her like, what are you doing? And then she ended up apologizing. She was like, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be an a-hole. But I'm like, I'm not going to, and this, I think that's a feminine trait where you're not going to argue. Like, I don't argue. Like, one of those feminine things you could do is just like cry, you know, even if it's fake. Even if it's fake, just be like, just act upset, be like, and just don't respond. Like,
Well,
because men don't feel. I mean, I don't know. Like,
when it comes to men got to turn up the pressure quick. When it comes to shit, when shit gets really serious, motherfucker got to turn up the pressure quick, or motherfucker gonna think he just gonna bully me. Hell no, the fuck. But when it comes to women, everything, women either do that beautiful cry where they pout, they lips are pouting. That's when women pout their lips, man. That shit is gorgeous. But when it comes to females, you have to either just do what you do, where you there's no lawsuits because you know they go after the bigger pockets. So I'm gonna get sued over what you did. You doing this love and hip hop shit, because really the thing that would have been masculine is that love and hip hop shit where you just get the water and just throw. It's classic, man. Every season be the same thing. Just throw water. If you know how to be able to get pissed off and throw the water at a motherfucker and hit it at the club, throw some bottles and shit. Now that's where I said, okay, you too masculine for me, man. You can't be low key. You embarrassing me and shit. You are taking it to the extreme. I'm just saying, women. I'm telling you, it's Maya, man. It's Maya that took it there.
God, I was trying to say you all are taking it to the extreme. All I'm saying is some men like dominant women. Okay,
Maya, take this video down.
I'm
Take
not
this
taking
video
it
down.
down. I am not. Listen, I gotta go soon. I am not taking this video down. I'm glad she brought up some of these things. Goddess Rising, maybe you should email me. Maybe we can do a live together on some of this stuff.
That'd be good. That'd be good. She can make sure this is at least, I don't know, rated R. Your shit was X-rated. Your shit was X-rated. That is funny.
Anyway, look, I gotta go. I gotta go sleep. I'm tired.
Okay, for sure.
It's almost 1 a.m. over here on the East Coast.
Okay, see.
I see I see you, Jonathan. Keep it up with your little. Oh, guys, Jonathan, post your YouTube link in the chat so people can follow you. Jonathan has a financial advice channel. It's very good. He actually knows what he's talking about. So subscribe. Okay.
I'm too lazy to put my link in the chat. For one thing, I gotta talk to my worker, man. He in Australia, so it's day. So I gotta talk to him on a live chat. But salute to the chat.
When Jonathan comes back, and y'all, I mean, if anybody else has like a YouTube channel,
salute to Quantum. Salute to Black October. Salute. Okay. I'm saluting everybody in this damn hell. Salute to Patricia, Taylor. You know. Salute to everybody in the chat, man.
So I mean, if anyone's interested in getting their channel a shout out, you can just come on live and I'll shout your channel out, okay? All right. But anyway, I'll see you lovely people later. Bye. Bye, Jonathan. Have a good night. Bye, everyone.
Wait a minute. Don't cut off yet. Turn the shit live off. Turn the live off.
Oh my God. Goodbye. Bye, y'all.